All right, well, we're back. We'll think about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the second part here of Burning Crowns, the Burning Wheel role-playing game. And so I lied. We're not going to do a scene with Mason coming back. We're just all going to keep going together, going down to Steamboat Willie style to Mivon. So.
Oh, that's a great image.
All right. So who is this person that you can put us in contact with who we might negotiate passage with?
Yeah, so this is... okay, so he goes by the name of Swargus. But you know that's a nickname or a nomiker. You're not sure what its actual name is. Just everyone knows him by Swargus.
All right.
Good old Swargus.
Yep.
Oh, and another thing I wanted to ask: should we have you AP make a resources test for the gift you're giving to her?
He already bought the boat.
I literally own the boat.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
You're just giving away one thing you have. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm working down that I have 12 warships instead of 13.
That's a luckier number anyway.
So Mivon kind of looks like what's the name of the town in the Hobbit? Lake Town.
Lake Town.
It's very much like built on the water. It's like a coastal. It has some parts on the shores, but it's mostly water. A lot of lashed together barges. And you see a bunch of like people like selling whatever they can out of these barges that are lashed together. It's very loud, very busy, and very hectic. And
So it's like a shitty Venice.
yeah, shitty Venice is a good way of putting it. Yeah, a lot of hucking going around, hawking, and yeah. So that's when we meet Swargus, who's on the docks, who ties up their boat, and says, welcome, Margot. I see you brought some friends here. Some mighty fine dressed friends. Pointing over to Marquis. And
so I have a question. Is this guy a noble or a lord? And if so, can I identify him using my wise skills?
No.
Is he a peasant?
Yes.
I mean, can I identify him using peasant wise?
Nearly everyone in Mivon is a peasant.
Have I heard of the peasant Swargus from Mivon, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
What have I heard?
What is his
I mean,
reputation
without a role, he's a reputation of being he's another sort of concierge type in Mivon who is willing to pay to foreigners to get them into, grease the wheels or whatever they need, or the palms to get wherever they need to go in the Mivonese world.
As Swan's advisor, I'm hoping I can make an ambition-wise test here to know what this guy wants.
I thought you were under instruction.
Oh, am I still not able to be here? I figured that.
This is during the time skip. We're not yet at Karasuno.
But I have 15 days of.
Oh, that might be. It would be more fun if we had you here then.
Yeah, I think it'd be more fun to have you here. All right, and
I mean, let me ask Eric: is this the last person I need to talk to, or am I going to continue to go through?
No, you're going to keep going through people.
I mean, how do I skip to the end?
Convince this guy to take you to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to convince the last person to take me to the end, and they took me to this guy.
That's true, and we did succeed.
Yes, and this person's going to take you to the next person. Yeah, like it's a web. It's supposed to be confusing to get through everybody, but if you want to just jump to talking to someone who can actually get something done.
Yeah, I think that was the intent anyway of the persuasion roll.
No problem.
But I don't know.
That's fine. Just make a quick. I mean, for all of you guys, you're going to need to do some things for me then to jump there. Just make a quick let's say OB3 resources test. Okay. All of you.
All right.
And this represents bribing.
Yeah. So this is the montages of bribes and dressing like a Mivonese to let yourself not stick out and basically avoid hassling from people.
Can Swan pay for all of us?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Good. Thanks.
Can they aid me? Because I feel like that might be able to help their resources, right? Advance at least.
No.
Oh, so we can like help
I don't
each
think
other.
so. I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
So we're on our own for this.
All right, let's do this.
Cool.
Op 3, you say?
So yeah, and I think this is part of the Mivanese tradition of, you know, if you're on your own, you gotta be able to pave your way.
Okay.
I feel like somebody asked me for a gold piece and I just put a gem in his hand.
Yeah.
Fund cash carefully.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah. Yeah, not so speedruns mentions it sound like calling
Wait,
and trying
did
to
you
talk
say
to someone who can do something at a
carefully?
Comcast customer service. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. You're navigating the customer service lines.
I mean, are
Midway.
the rest of us going to get there fast and then Mason like shows up an hour later having finally gotten the money together?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So feel free to veto this.
A
Eric.
wizard is never late.
What?
Feel free to veto this, Eric. I'm hoping to make a ambition-wise test to specifically know what to get somebody so that I can get a bonus. Basically, instead of just throwing gold at someone, I give them like a specific gift, and they're like, "Oh my god, that was exactly what I wanted."
Oh yeah. So let's do an ambition. So let's do ambition wise. Let's say it's an ob 2.
Cool.
And let's say if you beat it by 2, you don't have to even do the resources test for it.
Awesome. In that case,
I feel like that would be worthy of the flourish.
sweet.
But otherwise, if you equal it, then I will give you a die advantage to the test because that makes sense.
Cool. I'm going to spend 2 persona on this then.
Okay.
Base 2, you said?
Yeah. What does this guy want? What do you think he wants? So this is a it's kind of a Weasley guy, right? Steve Buscemi plays him.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. So we've got like the bards and Gavril.
Yeah.
I feel like this guy wants like a bunch. I'm going to give him, instead of money, I'm going to give him a bunch of seditious rumors about other people in Mivon. So like basically just a ton of like basically blackmail material for this guy to
gossiping
use in
the
the future.
fuck out.
Yeah, gossips. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. No, that's really good. That's perfect. That's better than I could have thought of. Yeah.
Cool. Ambition wise, modifiers none. Artha 2. Base ob 2. No 6s.
Never talked about what failure is.
You tell me.
Well, I think you ultimately end up handing over all of those secrets to him. And he's like, "That's great, all," and he keeps his hand out.
Yeah. Okay, so now pay me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love this scene. So Swan steps off, hands a jewel. Mason steps off and then starts patting themselves down, looking for loose change.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm actually pretty loaded. I hand
Now.
a bag of silvers.
Now vested. Now vested, man. I'm not sure what they do up in Brevoy, but here we pay with coin. This ain't no barter
All
system.
right. Well, this is unlikely to go well, folks.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Does Aurelius look perturbed when he's
You pay with, no. I think what he says. This isn't necessarily a threat. This is just the cultural thing. You pay with silver. You pay with iron.
Yep. I guess I'm gonna spend. Man, I'm almost out.
Or plateau or plum. Well, it doesn't really make sense because it's not lead. But yeah.
Do you need help? Like, do you signal
No, I can't
anything?
get help. I can't get help. That's
I have cash dice I could just give to you.
I would appreciate that.
All right. So how deep in it do you seem to be?
Swan will remember this.
If you give him this money, the
Oh yeah, right. that's against
Mivanese
the
will
point.
also
Yeah.
know this.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going.
Can I hand it off? Can I?
You
like,
can. Yeah, but do you want to make this inconspicuous? Then
I would love to. If
this is an
if
inconspicuous test.
That it all depends on one thing. It depends on like the moment I exchange looks with Aurelius, and Aurelius looks like fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
does-
like,
does-
"Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was gonna work."
This is-
Do
yeah,
you
yeah,
look
yeah,
back
yeah,
to
yeah.
me like, please
Okay.
help.
Okay, here's
because
what
if you do,
happens.
then I will try.
Here's
try
what-
it.
yeah, it would work. Yeah, and you could totally get it. But the failure of this inconspicuous test would be that they do notice it, and you're gonna make the obstacle even harder. They're gonna ask for
Alright.
even more.
Cool. I'll take it.
Wait, do you have inconspicuous?
Nope.
I hate you.
Wait, I lied. I do. I have
nice.
inconspicuous. Oh, Eureka. Okay. Yep. I would love to do that. And if possible at all,
Op 3 probably.
Yeah. I am going to, if it's inconspicuous, it should be opposed by his observation.
Oh, by his observation. I don't know what his observation is, man. I just made up this
Probably
guy.
doesn't have
maybe-
it.
Probably.
maybe he
Probably
doesn't
have
Oh,
it.
that's a
Yeah.
skill. That's not even perception. So it's just root perception, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
If I can help, I'm helping with falsehood by pretending that this money is mine.
Interesting.
Thanks for bringing this to me, peasant.
AP, do you think you could have Swan do a little jig or make a distraction or something?
I don't know if I have a skill to help out with that.
Conspicuous?
I don't have conspicuous, actually.
Okay.
I'm
looking.
actually gonna give.
I mean, can I apply peasant wise toward this to help
No.
them out somehow? Really? No? Okay.
no. You're literally trying to like hide the fact that you're giving money to. Hiding the fact that you're handing off a bunch of money over to Aurelius.
All right.
With your permission, then, EricVulgaris, I shall
And
I shall make 2 forks for this inconspicuous test, if you're okay with it.
yeah,
The
I
one
feel-
is that. Oh, go on.
I feel like I think there's a saying in Mivon, or at least there's a joke or a custom that Mivonese always know how much money someone is carrying.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's great. They can just eyeball someone's
They just
cash.
know. They just know how much cash you have.
Sweet.
I because it's part of like their trading and like eyeing if you're worth stealing and stuff like that. It's just like part of their.
Sure. I would love to use 2 forks.
I don't know if it's actually a mechanical truth or I think it's just a thing about Mivon, you know, like that people
It's a
say it
rumor.
is. Yeah,
But
it's a rumor.
it implies that they're greedy and money oriented.
Yes, and they are.
Yeah.
But they're
So
also
I would like to-
incredibly like libertarian about it. Like they're like, no, you have to do it yourself.
Sure.
Kind of
I'm gonna make the roll. I'm gonna fork secrets wise because I am a master of like secrets and keeping things on the DL. I'm gonna be like all like about like distracting him and like moving in his blind spot and shit like that. I'm gonna metaphysically be secret about this. And I'm gonna fork astrology because, as you well know, Gamemaster, the Grey Mantle was very clear in the sky yesterday.
No.
So
And don't forget the extra die for me lying for you, or lying for me, really.
That's good. Yeah, I mean you can always fork astrology, but I feel like there's got to be something about that. Like, I feel like you have to have an instinct about that.
there is something
Well,
about that.
yeah,
There's
you have
something
a-
there is about that is that if I am wrong, fate will kick me in the nuts.
Yeah, if they roll a 1, you lose dice. Remember?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. Okay, never mind. All right, cool. All right,
All right.
I got 3 successes, no 6s.
Oh, but it's halved, right?
Yeah. I got
Oh, yeah,
a
it's had.
success, no 6s, so we're
yep.
tied.
We tied. It's the versus test though.
Yeah, it is. I would argue he's the defender, as I'm trying to sneak something
Yeah, but
past him.
do you have a call on or anything? You can't break this in any way.
No.
I have a no, but it's only a call on for lying about being a doctor.
These coins are medical tools.
Look, this
I put
lord
them in
right
the
here,
eyes of the dead so they can pay their passage.
point to Swan, be like, this man has a condition, okay? must be surrounded by heaps of blood.
Well, that's not okay. So that's not good. So, adding a die obstacle to this test,
All right.
so it's
Do
4.
I,
So-
do
Yeah,
I
so
still get the cash die though?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I-
you do.
when I catch the like this the little Weasley faced asshole being like, aha, I see, you're giving him money, are you? I'm like, fuck this guy in particular, and I hand you 2 bags of money. I'm
Nice.
like,
Okay, well that was not part of the original equation. So I think it's
believe-
plus 2 dice.
I believe you will find, EricVulgaris, that all I said was that I'm handing him money. And I have 2 cash die I could particularly use. I did not mention that I was going to give him 1. But if you wanna lift the stakes, I'm okay with it. I will just keep it to 1 then.
The ob goes as much as the extra die you get.
All right,
I'll
so
I'll
it's
only
just
take
1.
the 1. I'll only take
Okay.
the so I'm using resources, the 1 cash die. I have a fund.
Welcome to Mivon.
So
Love the place.
I will go carefully as well.
Swan's like, what's taking so long?
I'm gonna spend a persona and base out 4. I am so screwed.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
2
are.
6s. I'm rerolling them.
I never even spoke about the consequence of failure here.
I mean, one consequence is
What is the consequence of failure before I roll these 2
You have
D6s?
to you are going to have to make it right, and you're going to have to hand over the rest of your valuables to square it out.
I do have my doctoring supplies on me, which are valuable.
you will be giving away.
That is
something of
implied.
equal.
Right, that is already implied, because if he fails a resources test, he will get taxed. So
Yeah, but that's his upkeep. That's not. You mean? Oh,
Isn't
wait.
it, though?
Are you
Like,
saying
if he gets taxed, he loses money. So and he will have to earn them back. Now, what is on you as the game master in this case is to be like, if he fails, he will get taxed, but does he still get the thing he wants? Like, will you invoke the gift of kindness clause?
Oh,
that is basically that. Right? He will already lose money if he fails. That is the thing that's gonna happen.
okay.
That is correct. Cool. Well, let's see if I do.
I think so, because I just cannot wait to do the scene of him, of Swargus just outside, like with like a bunch of like kids around, like wearing like Vestal stuff and being like, "So there I was," like and like telling the story while wearing like a Pope hat and like because he's like wearing your shit that he just got.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah, he's like fork it over.
All right, so I have 1 cash die. I have a
let's see.
fun die. I'm doing it carefully. I'm spending 1 Artha. Ob is 4. Oh shit!
There it is.
I meant to. I was supposed to reroll 6s, not reroll the whole thing. That's my bad. So 2d6. All right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Holy shit!
Doesn't
Shit! You got it. Oh, well done, dude. You were on a roll today with these rolls, my dude.
Seriously,
just
I'm
pulling them
lucky
through
for the
today.
first time.
Right? Awesome. Yeah. Well done. Yeah.
I'd
So
like
he's
for
like,
Swan to get to the
so when
meeting and then show up later.
So when he hands over the
So do we cut forward?
Yeah, but like I feel like real quick, like just to wrap that up. So like when you're handing over the stuff, he's like, there's that point where what does that luck look like? Like what does that happen when that makes him be like, that's fine, like that's good.
I feel like it's like he like hands over Aurelius like hands over a bag of coins, and the guy's like still doing one of these, and I start just like looking in my pockets for loose change, and I'm just like, oh shit, I actually have some money in my pocket. Oh my god, I didn't know that I had money in my pocket.
I have some money.
It's like that moment where you reach into your like washed jeans and pull out a
20.
Yeah.
That happens around Swan, right? Like generally speaking, you just spend time around him. Suddenly, there's like shit in your hair. You like pull gems out from weird cracks you didn't know you had. Like
Abadar blesses me. It's true.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right,
cool.
Yeah. So he says, if you're thinking, oh man, I feel like if at the start of that scene or whatever, he's like, listen, priest, I'm not looking to be converted, but some money is a good start, and that works out. Okay, cool, awesome. All right, yeah. So then we cut over. This is and all your ways are paved, and you don't go to like there's no like castle, there's nothing like that.
This place is gonna be really easy to conquer, Eric. I'm just saying, you're fictionally positioning a easy to conquer floating city.
You might be surprised.
Yeah,
unless they have a superior navy.
Which they don't. We outnumber them 12-7, and half of their shit will set on fire pretty easily.
So what are we like in a kind of like manorial estate or something, like a big floating pretty building?
No, you guys are in a seedy tavern.
That's
Cool.
awesome.
That's so good.
I with your resource rolls though, I'm giving you the opportunity that you don't have to be dressing like you're like flagrantly flaunting wealth, and you're out of.
No, we like
touchness.
dressed like
you're
We're
more
dressed
you're
appropriate.
you're dressed appropriately, right? Like
I mean, for those
leather
chuckleheads,
armors and
that's
jerkins
fine.
and stuff.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
dressed
add,
like
like-
Count Swan.
Okay.
The Marquis Swan is here with all of his dollar bills to make everybody's lives better.
All right,
Okay,
man.
that's fair. Just on the table will be some people might ask you to to justify why you're here with a
Sure.
point of a sword. Not yet, but
Sure.
Okay. Some rough and tumble folks. Okay.
Fine.
Oh, I can't
Cool.
wait for that.
Okay. Just letting you know that's on the table now.
I'm gonna add
Okay,
high
so-
middle class Mivanese clothes to my character sheet.
There's no such. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's better than burlap sack, I guess. Yeah, sure. So, he brings you. So Swargus brings you into what do we call this place?
The hole in the wall.
The chum bucket.
Chum bucket is good.
And yeah, so it's a it's got your classic nets on the wall, your marlin on the wall as well.
Who are we meeting?
It's a fishing bar or barge, I guess, and yeah. So, it's her name is Ollie.
All right.
And that's all you know, I guess, unless someone wants to, like, I don't know, who knows anything about Mivanese politics.
I
I
don't know.
would guess
I
the
can...
person who has Lord Wise and Noble Wise, my friend.
Yeah.
When we enter, I would like to point her out and identify her.
Sure.
Well, let me ask, do I know anything about this person with Lord and Noble Wise?
Yeah, you know that she is one of the descendants. I guess you probably actually know. So one of Mivan is actually strangely like it's a very firm meritocracy in so much that what you have is what you can hold.
Yeah, that's the literal motto of the River Kingdoms. You have what you hold.
So should we just?
I think the biggest thing you know about Ollie is that Ollie is the daughter of an old sword lord. I don't know what their last name is yet. I'll have to come up with it in a second. But you also know that she has a list of suitors going after her. I think that's probably the big thing that you've heard about Mivan is that there's this girl who's like obviously well off to do, only she is like extremely.
Yeah, she's the daughter of Lord Oxenfree. Her name is Ollie Oxenfree.
Shut the fuck up.
Listen,
Shut up!
you know
Shut
I'm
up and throw a
fucking
persuasion roll.
You know I'm
Yeah.
amazing at naming things. It's literally the thing I do on this show.
She has a penchant of having her suitors fight each other for her affection, and then not.
I mean, how
Deal-
how
not-
attractive
then,
is this woman, Eric, if you're describing her as being desired by many? I mean, this is during the
What's
time
the?
where
Yeah.
Swan is
No. I have
improving his
the trait.
seduction.
I have to find the life path with the right trait. Just give me 1 second. It's
You're thinking of Drop Dead Gorgeous?
yes, Drop Dead Gorgeous. Thank you. It's
Okay.
Serving Wench was the life
Yeah.
path. Yeah, thank you. Yep, it's that one.
I live to serve.
Yep. So, yeah, so she is unbelievably gorgeous.
I'm
So-
imagining Swan walks in first and is just like, "Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have invited those other
She is
people."
actually, know what it is even more? She's working behind the bar. She's actually here. Like, she's working.
I think Swan will
Cool.
sit at the bar because his friends aren't here. And say, I mean, is it Lady Ollie?
Not here. No.
I'll order the bartender to give me a traditional brevis drink, the sun drop. It's only served to Rogarvians, basically. It's a strongly Rogarvian drink. I want to make sure I announce
So
to
I think what
everybody
you,
who,
yeah,
who
I don't think
am.
she.
I want everybody
know.
to know who I am.
I think she looks at you. Says and she's like polishing a glass. Like, are you sure about that?
Oh yes, I'm quite sure.
I know exactly what she's supposed to say. Okay,
What
there
is
is. We don't do cocktails.
Okay, that's actually the right answer. That is the correct answer.
Whiskey neat.
Alright, that's something we can do. And she pulls off the cork to a bottle, And yep, fills it up about halfway. You know, two fingers. Slides it over to you.
Swan gestures to keep going, and then puts a gem down on the table. You know, it's probably a really nice ruby.
Yeah.
Keep
She
gesturing.
looks at it and says, "You should be very careful about flaunting that stuff in here."
Should I? Maybe I'm doing it on purpose.
Whatever. We
I
take
want to
gems
point out
here.
I literally have a cloak with dragons, golden
Yeah.
dragons stitched onto the back of it.
I think this is when Mason and Aurelius like walk in and they just like see swans sticking out like a sore thumb, and they're just like,
Yeah, you see,
Like
you
in the
hear.
yeah, go on.
No, you just, like you hear like the whisperings of the people being like, "You think you could take him?" Like, no. Yeah, look at that sword
It's
though.
like-
Like,
In the comic,
that sword's ornamental. He doesn't know how to use it. Just let him get a couple drinks in, then you're fine. You know, like you hear that kind of stuff talking about, right?
in the comic book version of this scene, Mason and Aurelius walking into the scene, like it's the first wide shot we have of the place, and it's just like a bunch of people with their knives drawn under the table, looking up at the bar. It's like,
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna go up and join Ronald, of course.
Can I get you a bottle of something, Mason, Aurelius? This is Ollie, the bartender.
No, thanks. I don't think this is the time.
You don't think it's time to drink in a bar
Well, it's
full
not.
of people drinking?
I didn't say it wasn't the place.
The
I said it
patron
wasn't
has
the
a
time.
point. If you're not gonna drink, you're gonna have to ask you to leave.
We're at a bar, Mason. Come, drink. You have something of
Fine.
a reputation, my lady.
I don't. That's very rude. Very rude of you.
Swan
Huge.
looks at your trait list.
Yeah,
Notices
and
the
she-
drug trait.
Yeah, but that's not a reputation.
she's
Shut up.
definitely playing against it. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
I will order. I mean, I'll probably just order whatever is like the Mivanese drink of choice and sip on it very slowly because Aurelius doesn't drink, and otherwise he'll get really hammered.
Ooh, wait. When you say drink of choice, what do you mean?
I don't know. Like, is
He
it?
wants their
is
Pabst
it
Blue
ale?
Ribbon.
Is it? Yeah, like exactly. I walk to the bar.
Do you
and
want
just
the
order
do you
whatever
want the
beers on
special?
tap.
You want the Nelly special?
He wants whatever's on tap, buddy. Don't
I'll
try to
have
trick him into
ale.
anything.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah,
wait.
you-
I
you
wait
get
for a,
that's you get an ale. That's fine.
I wait for a moment, and when she looks to me and says, "Your order," I say, "My order is that you stop wasting our time."
Ollie, why don't you get my friend here some sort of food item if she's going to be obstinate? I don't know why I bring these people anywhere. They just stick out like a sore thumb.
So you're the one we're supposed to talk to.
Yes, I'm glad you've caught up with that. Welcome to the negotiating table. I
So
gesture
what have-
to
what
the
have
dirty
you-
bar.
Yeah.
What have you negotiated so far?
Nothing. You just
Oh,
walked in
okay.
while I was finishing a drink order.
Well, should we begin then?
She's still looking at you, Mason. Like, what are you getting? You got like, can you please hurry up? I got.
I take my
I got some
bar
other
of-
tables here.
I
It's a pretty
take
busy
the
night.
bottle of whiskey and put it in front of Mason, and I'm like, she'll hold on to this for me.
Yes, I will have a glass of that.
That's not what I said, but sure.
Yes, I look
Very
at her, right? I will have a glass of that thing.
Very well. And yeah, then she pours you some of it.
So,
All right, then
shall we
then
get down
she-
to business?
She sighs and says, "Make it quick."
I'm looking for good friends in Miven. Brevoy and Miven could be good friends again. And I'm not even Brevish anymore, if you haven't heard. We're setting up an encampment north of here. I was hoping that we could trade in the area without sharp rocks on the bottom of the channel.
Forgive me if I ask you this, but you don't look like a Gormite.
Indeed, I'm not.
But I thought it was a. What are you doing hanging out with the Goramites up at that?
Oh,
Place
I
up
bought
there.
them a castle.
Oh, you bought them a castle. Is
Yes,
what she
I
says.
bought me a
Even
castle
more
too.
knives are being drawn in the
And
background.
I turned
Yeah,
to
like you hear
Aurelius,
that.
and I gestured to him, and I'm like, I bought him a palace. That's very nice. Don't worry. It's going to be fantastic. You know, I'm noticing around here that many people could do with a bit more employment, money passing through. And it would be a great way to get people employed and make sure more money passes through would be for the city of Miven to help sell me mercenaries, laborers, trade. You have materials and goods that I need, and I have lots and lots of money. I think that was Sam.
Sam, your wire is doing the thing with stuff. Yeah, so I think know what she says then? I think she's gonna say, everyone, round of drinks on the brevish up here. And you hear,
I will certainly stand up and raise my bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, you hear cheers and stuff. All right, that bought us some time.
I take your ear, Swan, and I'm like, what are you doing? Ask her if we can sail the flotilla through. Come on.
I already did that. That was the first thing I asked for.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Come on.
He said, "Can I sail through without sharp rocks?"
Yes.
Yeah, but like you did. Can we sail through without sharp rocks? What does that mean? You haven't said that you're sailing 3 carracks and 100 barges through. Like 100 barges of soldiers. Come on, get on the topic.
Calm down, Mason. Political negotiations take place on a different level than what you're used to.
Yes, I am not used to being this low.
I can't promise that the voyage won't have some rocks in it, but let's talk.
I have ships, soldiers, supplies, experts, and colonists. Trade will be flowing through this area, and I want to make sure that it's safe. I want to not be molested by the Brevish Navy.
What deals do you have with Pitax?
Well, currently the only deal I have with Pitax is with the Blackfingers. I have hired them on as part of my forces to help curb the Gnarlmarsh's unique properties. Those properties being people randomly being found slaughtered in a forest.
Not to mention the trolls.
I haven't seen the trolls yet, but there were some people experimenting with troll shit. Truly a repugnant force. And it does turn out that if you kill trolls from very far away, they cannot beat you to death with a club. It's fascinating how that works.
Those Blackfingers will come in handy. Well, she is... Aurelius, you realize, I think with your ambition-wise, that she doesn't like where this is going. You see that she is definitely not like, so she's like going, so she's belying her intentions to you, Swan. She's like, huh, okay, yeah, I don't know, we'd love to work with that. You would be a neutral force in the region between us and Pitax and stuff like that. When really, you know that she's immediately thinking, being like, me and Pitax need to gang up and get rid of them before this is a problem.
Doesn't need more people up in her shit.
Yeah. All right, you're reading that. I'm giving you that without wise.
Sure.
But she's like, yeah, no, that would be a great idea. If you could pacify this land, then trade could flow through, then everyone could benefit.
Good.
Yes.
Where
It
do we
would
sign?
be in both your best interests and in the best interest for the city of Miven. Because I'm seeing a lot of underemployed men with knives around. And I really feel like they could be put to better use than drinking in the middle of the day.
She says,
I have a lot of trolls that need to be killed, after all. Not looking at Mason as he says that.
Yeah. She says, you're still new to Mivan. All you're going to be doing is having employed people with a lot of swords hanging around.
That seems to be a lot of what I do.
There's
lately, actually.
I'm afraid if you're going to think those swords are going to turn into plowshares, you're in the wrong city.
Oh, I'm not looking to turn swords into plowshares. I'm looking to turn swords into swords.
This conversation is moving oh so very slowly.
Quiet, Mason.
Should we perhaps get down to the point of us sailing through, then discuss the philosophies of mercenary work afterwards?
Miven is its mercenary forces.
What are you doing? What is your intentions with the mercenaries? What are you trying to do?
Are you asking me in or out of character?
No, in character.
Okay.
She needs to know what you're doing. you want to sail mercenaries through here, so she needs to know what you're doing, to what end.
Settle a wild land.
It is open and free, and there are many who we have already seen, as you mentioned, the Goramites, that would harm their neighbors. We need to find such people, whether they be in the Gnarl Marsh or not, and eliminate them.
Any fledgling country needs an army.
Purely defensive.
Naturally.
And any fledgling country needs to recognize the borders.
Naturally.
And that is why we're here. Simply seeking free passage.
Not necessarily free.
All right. So without a roll, she's willing to grant you trade, like a trade agreement.
Sure. It's
but
valuable
no,
to her.
but no troops.
But can we sail through?
We don't want their troops, right? We want to be able to
Oh,
sail
I want their
ours.
troops.
Oh.
Yeah,
No, she won't.
Is a fine,
No,
like,
she's not. She's not going to let you sail troops through the river past the
so
Tuskwater.
That is
without a
what we
roll.
would like. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we would like then.
So that's the firm point. That's the objective thing.
I feel like once again AP is leading this.
Good.
Same.
You have enough troubles in your own domain as a fledgling country. I don't see the need yet. You should keep your forces close to you.
I'm going to help here with Ugly Truth based on the ambition that I picked up. And I'm going to look to her and say, let's all be honest here. We won't benefit from a war. You won't benefit from a war. You won't be able to get Pitax on your side. If we fight, Pitax wins.
No.
That's
Mason,
really good, dude.
I'm willing to let you jump in here before I come up with something.
Oh, I was just gonna say I want to help with rhetoric because I feel like that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I think Mason maybe already did her helping. But if you want to add something.
Yeah, I would be fine chiming in even more.
All right. See, I have this problem.
What's up?
I don't know whether I just want to make my life horribly difficult or not.
You should marry her.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Not marry her, but I'm thinking that this is a good open for seduction.
Yeah.
She would be a pretty important asset down the line. I'm just thinking of how forward Swan would be. I mean, the answer is usually pretty forward.
Yeah, tactless and boorish is the
Tactless and boorish? Fuck yourself, Daniel.
that is
He's a romantic in an age that doesn't appreciate him.
Yes, quite. Okay.
Do it. Go for it.
Rock it. Get us caught up in your romantic wiles.
That's true. You would be bound by my failure.
Yep.
I mean, that right there is enough to convince me.
Yep, you should do it.
I mean, what is the consequence of failure?
That is for you to tell us.
Let's discuss what I'm doing before we get to the consequence of failure. It's still going to be a persuasion roll, but I need to make it so that seduction is forkable here. So if she's still cleaning the glass, I'd like to take her hand and be like, "My Lady Ollie, it would do well for our two countries to remain very close together. I sense that there could be something between us, not just this trade deal, but something more. And it's in all of our best interests to see this happen, yours and mine. And I would like to roll persuasion, and I'd like to fork etiquette, seduction, supplier-wise, merchant-wise.
Sure.
I think that's about it.
All right.
So I've got the two of you, and then one.
What's your intention?
My understanding was that the intention was to get her to let the float, like she's the one who can facilitate the flotilla sailing through, and she will do that. She will allow it. She will make it work.
No, we've already got that on the table, right? The question is whether we can get the soldiers through. But my intention here is to turn her to Swan's side as an ally, just like he did with the Queen. It's not about getting her to agree to this. It's about her being open to agreeing to more things in the future. That Swan isn't just some chump that shows up with money, that he's a serious power player.
Wait, so...
Okay. That's going to be
Okay,
very
AP.
difficult at this stage, but there is something that you absolutely can do to improve this station.
And what is that?
You have to duel someone for her.
For her.
Yeah.
I need to chime in
So
here.
in Mivon, there's a weekly dueling thing. There's literally like, this is like part of the legal system. Whenever it's a way to say to make a reputation about yourself. Imagine almost like a like the donut at Go Play Northwest, or like if you want to like a free play game where you go up and you suggest something, and it's kind of like a ad hoc gladiator kind of situation where you call someone out, and it's a way to improve your reputation.
Do I have to win the duel?
No.
If it's a meritocracy, you failing the duel just means you suck.
Yeah.
Meritocracy isn't about doing your best.
Yeah, but without a duel, it's incredibly difficult.
So, AP, I need to ask you something. Like, this is... you're now saying that this is not about getting the troops through. This is about...
It's about
making
more
her
than
positively
getting
predisposed to.
It's about more than getting the troops through, my good man Daniel.
So are you saying that in addition to getting the troops through, you would like
Yes.
another thing?
In
Okay,
addition.
good. That is a better intent.
What? Just so I can weasel out of it. What kind of ob am I looking at to get everything I want and I do the duel?
Her will. Well,
Well, and you do the duel?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that I don't think it's possible to get what you want until the duel. Well, I mean, you can like make the roll for it like before the duel. Basically,
might I suggest...
okay. So
Go
the
on.
first step is that you have to kind of persuade and change it to the point so that the duel isn't necessary. That's the first thing you have to do. In order,
What about-
the order of operations?
What about we just make the deal to get the troops through in the first place? And then later on down the line, if you want to continue this much harder thing of getting her on your path. Yeah, sure, whatever. But like that's fine.
I see Sam nodding. I don't know which side he's siding with.
I'm good with either.
I think you should fight someone if you lose. 'cause
Yeah,
think
I
that'd
want to
be
fight
cool.
someone. Let's do it. So walk me through the order of operations here, Eric. I'm fully willing to start throwing dice at this. I'm totally committed to ruining my life over it. How do I go about starting this path?
Well, first is the ob.
Yeah. So this is part of the. This is your first
getting
belief,
soldiers
right?
through and getting her on my side because I'm
Yeah.
so good at everything. I'm writing it right here on my sheet that Ollie Oxenfree is being added
Part
to
of
my
me-
relationships.
Okay, so, and I'm trying to figure out what this looks like too, guys.
I mean, probably I start laying down all this mad stuff, and she's just like, "Prove it."
To get, yeah, like to get soldiers permission to go through, she needs to test your will, your how much. If this means so much to you, then prove it.
Sure.
Isn't that a failure consequence though? If he
Yeah.
fails to convince her to let us through diplomatically, then you must prove yourself in the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Okay.
because
So
otherwise
do
you
that.
suck.
Yeah. Let's do that then. So once again, this is going to be a single persuade, but it's going to be at a high ob, and that's the consequence to failure is that it's shut off to you unless you are able to prove it by dueling someone of a worthy stature.
What kind of high ob are we looking at?
Will +2.
I was going to say will +4.
Wow, enmity clause is just +2.
Yeah, I know.
A guy
this
who
is-
hates you.
This is so like
So
central to the heart of Mivanese culture that I like to do it without it would require a huge force of personality.
to be fair, Eric, when I tried to convince the chosen of Rovagug to abandon his god and join Abadar, it was only a +3 op.
A +3?
Yeah.
Oh, then let's do +3 to it.
I was about to say, I'm like, whoa.
I'm also feel like I'm a better GM at that point than I was back then.
I mean, in fairness, like there is all of this, like how much obstacle do we add is always a judgment.
An 8.
Yeah, it's your call. I mean,
An 8.
you can tell me to. Yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll those 6s.
Yeah.
So let me mark down that, and then I now have 31
Come on.
in persuasion. Boop, 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 boop. I know I'm stalling for time before I make this roll. I just need one success.
Drag out the tension.
I know.
Maybe 3 1s.
I'm an excellent broadcaster.
Oh yeah.
Oh, re-roll those! I got it. Boom! Get fucking wrecked.
There it is.
I got exactly what I needed out of it, Eric. How
that
about
was
that?
so close.
I get my soldiers through. Maybe
Clutch.
I've got her interests. Maybe she's willing to talk further down the line.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's a better way of putting it.
Okay.
You succeed, and don't consider this a failure. If it is, then tell me, and we'll work it out again. But I think you know what you do. You, as part of the seduction, you swear and you become on her list of suitors. Right? Okay. Remember how like there's a list of people like so you formally declare. So in order to do this, she asks you to declare to be part of her list of suitors, and you do. Right?
Very well. You've piqued my interest. I will formally declare my intent to be one of your suitors. And then I take the rest of the
my interest in you.
I instead of lifting my glass, I lift the bottle and start drinking from it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
And she brings out another glass and actually drinks with you guys for a little bit.
Cool.
It's cool.
So we're on top of the hour. Should we grab a break here and then come back on in real time?
Exactly.
Post flashback.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Unless we're getting ambushed by thugs, but either way, we should probably take a break.
Yeah, let's go to a break, guys.
I would rather just buy these thugs.
We'll see.
Fight me
when
you can fight for me?
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll be back in 5 minutes.